Hi guys, what's up? Zach here. Today we are here with some more Grid Autosport. This time it's a preview of the career mode, and today we are here to start off the career mode in Cat B touring cars round Hockenheim. A really cool event, but I'll let you watch this amazing introduction video.
And that's it. We're about to get started on this all-important race here at the Grid Legends Series here in Hockenheim.
Okay, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Comms check is good.
Now I really hope that's the introduction video showing the full game, because that really gets you pumped to get into this race and win the race. Such a cool introduction video, and we are here in Hockenheim for this race that sort of brings Grid Autosport all together and shows you what it is really like. We've seen all the trailers, we've seen all the information, but this is it. We are playing Grid Autosport, and this is what it's looking like. To me, these cars look like the Italian Superstar series with the big V8s, but it could also be seen, I suppose, as DTM. The cars are pretty similar, obviously, the big German manufacturers. So these are either based on DTM or I think Superstars cars. So make up your mind what you think on that. But we are moving our way through the field. Already a bit of contact with the orangey Mercedes there. Breaking down to the really heavy braking zone here in Hockenheim, and someone spun it out, so we're going to have to try and get around him as well. And now we're up into P3. Actually racing as Raven West in this, and you can see the cameras, I'm cycling through them here. We're racing in this Audi, I think it's the RS5. A lot of people did correct me. I thought it was the A5 or the A6 or the A7, or I put something in one of my first videos what it wasn't, so this is what you guys said it was. I've already forgot what it was, but I think it's the RS5, sort of the sporty version of the A5. So up into P2 now in this 2-lap race round Hockenheim. I've got to say, these cars are a lot of fun. I'd only ever driven the slow touring cars in this game up until this point, as I got a little bit of a taster when I went up to Codemasters, but really these are a huge amount different. I don't know if this is sort of the finale for the touring cars. I'm kind of thinking not, but who knows. I mean, these cars are really, really mega to drive, and it almost feels like a single-seater in some areas. It's just so much grip. You wouldn't think that because they're such big cars, but they really do stick to the road quite well. Obviously, a little bit of drifting from time and again, but going up to turn 1 on the second lap to take the lead, and there's a bit of contact. Teammates shouldn't be making contact, but we did, and I'm up to P1 in this 2-lap race. Now I've got to tell you that this isn't the full game. Obviously it says in the title it's a preview, so we're not going to be playing through the whole of career mode, but I'll be showing you as much career mode content as I possibly can in this series. So please understand, I won't be going far in this career mode. It's probably only going to be about 7 or 8 parts, so please do understand that it's not actually going to be the full career mode. It's just going to be a sneak preview of what we're going to actually get for the game. And when we do actually get to the game, I will be bringing out a full Let's Play if you guys enjoy it. That is, if you don't want me to upload actual career mode, just let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure you guys are looking forward to this as much as I am. Grid is definitely back. I've seen a couple of articles that Codemasters have posted out, and Grid is most definitely back. That is the title of some of the reviews that they sent out, and I've got to agree with that. It is just so much nicer than Grid 2. The way that you just flow around the corners is just a lot of fun, and Grid 2 was more of a drift session than anything else, and I think even the drifters didn't really enjoy that too much. So yeah, Grid is so much better than Grid Autosport is so much better than Grid 2. Already messing up my words, and we're only 4 minutes into this video. So yeah, we're going to win this first race of Grid Autosport, and just one more corner to go in this massive V8 powered Audi to bring it across the line to win the first race in the game. And there we are, we win it. Good stuff, and that's exactly what we wanted to start off our career mode. And there we are, some nice iconic shots of Hockenheim. And now we're going to be moving on to more amazing races.
Competitions that only the best can compete in, and only a champion can win. But first, you'll have to race for increasingly more demanding and prestigious teams through the proving grounds of ever tougher championships spanning 5 single disciplines across touring, open wheel, endurance, tuner, and street racing.
Now that is cool. I'm not going to lie, that is really, really cool. How they just did that whole introduction sequence is just so cool. And now I just have to enter the competitor details. So as I'm playing on PC using the keyboard, and obviously I've got to tell you, this is on PC using my PS4 controller. I was originally going to try and use my wheel, but I couldn't get it set up right. I know the other guys that got the game could get it set up, you know, working well, but for some reason I couldn't get my driving force working perfectly. A little bit unfortunate, but when the game does come out, obviously we have the full build so we can customize settings and everything. I just couldn't find everything, so we're not going to turn off too many of the assists, just because I feel that it's going to be quite hard with the controller. But using the PS4 controller actually very nice. Not many people are actually ever going to use the PS4 controller with this game, because obviously it's only coming out on current gen. So maybe the first ever person to play this game with a PS4 controller, probably not. Probably people at Codemasters have tried it out. But anyway, we've got the 5 categories here: touring, endurance, open wheel, tune-up, and street. And I decided to go with open wheel to start this all off, just because I thought, well, you know, the people on this channel subscribe for open wheels like Formula 1, so I thought it'd be interesting to start off with the Formula 3, but it's not called Formula 3 in this game. I think it's called Formula C, so that does make you think. We all know there's IndyCar in here as well, but is there going to be Formula C, Formula B, Formula A? I mean, if they don't have the official licensing, then it could be quite good there. But here we are, 2 events, and we have got an offer from a team. I'm just thinking, look how many championship series there are there just for single seaters. But there we are, we have got an offer from Razor, and we're going to be competing with them. First off in the Sepang International Circuit, then in the Autosport Raceway will be the second event that we head off to in this season. Season 1 in Formula C open wheel. This hopefully is going to be an amazing start once again to Grid Autosport. And hopefully we can get the ball rolling. Win one of the back teams, yes, but whether we can get to the front, who knows. But Sepang International is not exactly the easiest of tracks. We know Malaysia, the full track with the Grand Prix track, isn't easy. So the short track will most definitely be not too easy either. I'm just going to decide to go straight into the race. 4 laps here around this short Sepang International track. You can see what views you can go into, but I decided T-Cam probably the best one, just so for the viewer it's better, so you can see more of the track, more of the cars and everything. And also I feel when I'm using the controller, I know it's really stupid, but when I'm using the controller I prefer to go from this view, and when I'm using a wheel I prefer to go from the cockpit view. I don't know whether that's just me, but that's what I like doing. So yeah, so we're going to be using this view, but you can see I'm not actually doing terribly, considering this is my pretty much first or second time now driving with the controller in this game. All other experience in this game is with the control. Not with, oh my god, is with the wheels. So it does feel quite a bit different, and I've got to say with the controller, for some reason it does feel like it drifts a bit more, but I don't know whether that's just me, because the other guy's saying that it's alright and everything is going well. So I definitely need to get it set up with the wheel, but for now I'm going to be sticking with the controller. I know I've been sticking with the controller for too long, but I tried to get the wheel working, for some reason it didn't. And yeah, so there we are. That's the first lap completed in our sort of first season, and up to P7, not too bad whatsoever. But I've got to really understand how these Formula 3 cars work. Obviously I had a bit of a preview of them when I went to Codemasters, but I didn't get the full experience. I only got to drive around one track, so now I'm getting to experience more different tracks, and it should be a lot of fun here. And we can see we're putting the pressure on for P5. Wouldn't that be an amazing result for our first ever single-seater race in our career here? And we're trying to go side by side. Are we going to get it done? Are we going to go around the outside? Is there going to be contact? No, there isn't. Round the outside, a little bit of dirt on the exit, but it's all good. And we are moved up now into 5th position, which is great. And now we can see the leaders in front of us, the 4 leaders. And if you want to know what difficulty I've got it on and everything, I think I've got it on the hard AI difficulty, and obviously you saw all of the sort of assists and everything I've got on. I pretty much got the assists on and running it on hard AI. And then when I was racing it with the wheel, I had none of the assists on and running it with the hard AI as well. Oh my goodness, I'm messing up so many words here, but hopefully it doesn't matter. car getting sideways there. And it's really cool that you can actually have it so it updates you about who's leading the race, where your teammate is, how you're doing, if there's any damage on your car. It's just sort of the, I don't know, I think it's sort of D-pad. I think that's the right, what it's called on the PS4. I don't think it's called a D-pad. But we've gone for a spin. No, that is not how we wanted our debut to start off with. And as I've got traction control on, I can't just spin it back round. It's got to be a leisurely approach. Down to P12. Is anyone else going to sneak past? I don't think so. We just about got them covered. But there's points down to 14th place in this series, so it wouldn't be terrible. But now it's going all a bit scruffy here, running wide into the grass and the gravel respectively, and that is not good whatsoever. But you know, losing time to the leaders, yes, so we're about 10 seconds behind the leader now, which is not good, but we've still got a good chance of a good race. And you know, it's all about learning from your mistakes in this game. Make a mistake once, twice, 3 times, then you learn from your mistake and then you move on. Now get into the slipstream and move down the slipstream down the back straight, going down into turn 1 on the international loop. And they're sliding, don't quite slide into me though. And we're going to sneak up the inside there, a little bit sneaky just to get that down the inside there and move up into another position. But here we are 7th position once again, and we're moving our way slowly but steadily through the field, not really making any more dramas of the first race. And there you go, there's our first penalty in Grid Autosport. And I think I did ask Lee actually what the deal with this was, and he said that for online you can turn that off, I guess if you're the host of the lobby. Career mode, he is not too sure yet if you're going to be able to take that off, but I think he said that they're going to be giving us a build without that or something. So you know, we'll look forward to that in the future, see what that's going to happen with that, because you know, in all honesty, it's not too fun getting those penalties just every time you go over the white curb. I mean, sometimes it's a mistake and you still get them, but obviously the game can't really tell if it's a mistake or not. So yeah, that's frustrating, but not too bad in our first race. Then let's try and do even better in the second race. Obviously 2 race weekends, but then 2 races in those race weekends, so 4 races in this small series here. Should be a lot of fun. Now building up the revs, starting from 16th again, obviously, because it's just the qualifying from last time. Now building up the speed, building up the speed, that's the right word. I don't know what I was quite saying there, but that was a much more robust approach into turn 1, and it did not pay off. Smashing up the front end of the car is not what we wanted to do there, especially as our Formula 3 car, and there's more contact. Oh, we're all over the place. AI sort of turned in on me a slight bit there, and I was just looking behind me there. I was like, where is he? And then I just turned into the driver. I was thinking, where is he? And now it's getting a bit scruffy. We're under a lot of pressure to try and get our way back through the field and making mistakes. Try to put it down the inside there. I made sure I turned out of the corner just so I didn't get a penalty. So I was thinking ahead there. I knew, well, you know, if I try and do that, he's probably going to just squeeze me off the track. So I did the smart thing, squeeze him back onto the track, and that got everything done perfectly. Now building up speed down this back straight here, because we're going to get into the slipstream and try and get this overtake down to turn 1. I have discussed it with Ben as well, and he's saying that the one thing AI are a bit weird on at the moment is under brakes into slow corners. You can see here they are very slow. For example, they could be doing a lot faster speeds through here, but they really weren't, especially under braking. They braked way too early in my opinion, but maybe it's just the difficulty I've got it on. But I'm not really convinced that that's how it should be, especially on hard difficulty, the second hardest difficulty, which is what I'm playing on. But we're sliding our way through the field quite well, and yeah, so pretty much I've got to tell you about a couple more things before I get into this video too much further. The recording is in 1080p on my new PC from Chill Blast, which is really cool. It's working really well. I haven't actually had the chance to really set it up much, but recently I got Grid Autosport installed on there, Fraps installed on there, and I've been recording some stuff on there, and obviously it's going to be really nice quality. I'm not sure how it's going to look on YouTube, because YouTube always seems to degrade the quality. I won't be uploading in 1080p just because of my internet speed. It's just nowhere near good enough to make it, you know, make it up in time. I mean, it would probably take about 12, maybe 13, 14 hours for me to upload this video in 1080p. whilst in 720p it's probably going to be more the region of 3-4 hours. So it's definitely in my best interest and everyone else's interest to just get this video up in 720p, not 1080, as it probably won't make a huge amount of difference to you guys. But I will upload some videos, hopefully in 1080p, showing you the full quality of this game. It just looks so nice. In certain areas it looks even better than real life, and I bet you're thinking, how can that happen? But it just looks so amazing, and considering this is going to go out on Xbox 360 and PS3, it's beyond me. It's just really amazing what they've done here. But I was talking to Lee, and I think he said that the main focus on this game was on PC. Xbox 360 and PS3 was the main focus for most of their games over the last 5 years or so, but this time they said, let's just go with the PC and see how this works, and they've just created a masterpiece here in my opinion. I was a little bit frustrated when I couldn't get my wheel working, but it, you know, it was, let me rephrase that, it was working, but it was just there was a bit too much dead zone for me to play it competitively. So you know, that's my problem. Everyone else's wheels are working fine, so maybe it's just the driving force, maybe it's just me being an idiot, probably me being an idiot. But yeah, so this is the last lap of this first event of the season, and we're going to throw out the inside down going into the final turn. No contact with 5th place, which is good, and out it's the drag race to the line, but it looks like we got that one covered as well. P6 looking good, getting to a slipstream. Can we overtake him? The start finish line's a bit further on than expected. We've got a massive slipstream, but we don't quite have enough speed to get him down the inside. Wow, that was so good. That was such a fun race. A spin or two in there, but it was a lot of fun. 9 more points to add to the tally, and this will be good for the championship standings. And you can see we're now in the black screen. I think it's just loading up. Obviously, this is a 1.5 month old build by the time the game comes out, so you're gonna have so much more different stuff than this has in, obviously. So any little bugs will be fixed. Anything that needs updated will be updated. So, you know, here we are. Here's the next race. Oh yeah, because I stopped recording and then I started recording again, so I'm sorry about that. Because I wasn't quite sure what was happening, because I thought maybe it said 2 events, and I didn't know whether that meant just the 2 races we'd done. So yeah, sorry, I did stop the recording and then start it again, so sorry about that black screen there. That is just unfortunate that that happened. But now we're just trying to get around the outside of everyone here. This is the Autosport Raceway. I think it's a made-up track, and then it's just sponsored by Autosport, the magazine company. That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, that's that. But moving our way through the field quite well, trying to look for any position possible. And you know, a big thing about this game is you start off with a slow team. So, for example, you're starting off with a Caterham in Formula 1. Then, if you impress, you make your way up to maybe a Sauber in your 2nd season. And then, you know, say you're in a Sauber and you get like 6th or 7th place in the championship. You have a hard decision to make. Do you move up to the next category and go into a slower team once again, or do you win this Formula C championship and then try and get a better seat the season after? Because it's all that sort of thing. If you're trying to play it realistic to real life, there's another penalty. You're most likely going to probably do about 2 seasons in Formula 3, and about 2 or 3 seasons in, you know, maybe like a Formula Renault 3.5 or GP2. So that's 5 seasons already. So saying you're starting off at 18, you're already about 23 by the time you have a shot at Formula 1. So, and that's if you're lucky as well. You've got the millions. It would be quite cool, wouldn't it, if, you know, they based it on like real life. Maybe at the start of the game you chose what sort of driver you were. Maybe, you know, if you're not a great driver, maybe then it sort of puts you in like as a paid driver, if you will. I know that wouldn't go down well with many fans, but I think it'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? I mean, you know, it'd be quite interesting, and you can, you know, build up the rivalry. So, you know, say you're Sergei Sorokin and you're taking Nico Hulkenberg's seat, just for example here. You know, I've nothing against either of these drivers, but I'm just making up an example. You know, you take Hulkenberg's seat, and then Hulkenberg gets annoyed at you. That sort of thing, wouldn't it be cool? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but realistic situations, I don't know if they're going to be in Grid Autosport. I really haven't played enough this game to tell you. The people to go to if you want any information whatsoever really is Codemasters themselves, or the Grid pages themselves, because they have much more information than I do right here. Now just trying to make my way through all this sort of slower end traffic. Obviously we've had our mistake already. Fingers crossed another mistake doesn't come our way, but this Razor car doesn't have a huge amount of rip through some of these corners here, because it sort of slides away, and yeah, that's what happens when you're in the slower teams. You don't have a good a setup, and that means, you know, if you've got the better team, you've got a better setup, you've got a better chance of winning. And it's just that sort of endless cycle. It's unfortunate, but that's just how motorsport is at the end of the day. Another penalty. That's not how motorsport is. Just joking. But I hope they do sort out that going over the white lines things. That is quite annoying. I mean, I know it's quite strict in motorsport nowadays, but they don't give you a penalty by just stopping you. They give you a penalty after the race, which might be the better solution. I don't know. But I just find it a bit annoying when you're sort of stopped like 40 miles an hour on the race line, and people are crashing into the back of you, damaging your car. I just do find that a bit annoying. So definitely playing online would be nice to not have that on. I'm sort of guessing that's in custom lobbies. I don't think they'd risk putting that off in normal lobbies. But now we're sort of sliding all over the place here, going around the final corner in this Autosport ring. A little bit of a crash, and you can see we are getting damage. We've got full damage on here, and going on to the last lap of this race. Then we've got one more race to come after this. So yep, I will be featuring all the cars and everything that you want to see in this sort of mini walkthrough, if you will. So I'll be doing my best to try to show you all of the action, all of the racing, all of the cars, all of the tracks that I've got available to me. I'm going to be calling it career mode preview, but I don't want to be mistitling it and just been calling it career mode, because it's really not just career mode. I'll be calling it a career mode preview, just so everybody knows clearly in the title this is a preview of career mode. It's not the full walkthrough. Hopefully you know, when it does come to the point that the full game is out, I'll have the chance to give you a full walkthrough. But until then, we have got, you know, the amazing opportunity to play this. So there we are. There's the first race over and done with. A solid position, nothing special, but was at 9th place. Well, I'm not even paying attention, because this is a post commentary, by the way. Sorry about that, guys, because I was recording this downstairs, and obviously I didn't have my mic downstairs to record. And I will be able to take my mic down and record today, because no one's here, so I can actually just record and shout and scream. But yeah, this is a post commentary just for this one, just because, well, sorry, not just for this one, it'll be for this one, the second episode and the third episode, just because they're the ones I've recorded. I'm sorry about that, but I just wanted to make sure that I had these videos up. I didn't really want to wait until, you know, no one was here so I can record. So, you know, it's just much easier for me to do a post commentary and actually get in all the information that I want to talk about in this video. If I did a live commentary in this first one, it might be a bit all over the place, so I was a bit skeptical about that anyway, but, you know, that's just that. So this is the last race in our Razor team. It's been a short career with them, but we're going to be hoping for a good result here at the finale, the 4th race of the season. Throwing out the inside here. Once you do a couple of laps in this game, you understand where the AI is slow and where you need to pounce to get your overtakes done. And I pretty much learnt that by this point, finding all the little areas where the cars were not as fast. This was one where they weren't as fast, now down to I guess, does that turn, what does that count as turn 1? I don't know. So 1, 2, 3, I don't know whether that really counts as that, but ooh, I don't really understand that though. I smashed my front wing and it somehow damaged my engine. I'm a bit confused about that, but I've got to say, overall, Grid Autosport is providing me with a lot of fun. I don't want to, you know, show any sort of false emotion. I really am enjoying this game. I don't want to be saying that I love this game when I don't, for example, but I really actually do like this game. I really do wish Codemasters the best of success with this launch of this game, because, you know, they did get quite a lot of bad rep from Grid 2, and this is really trying to repair that as best as it possibly can, and doing it in a great way. It's a really good game, some really good formula of car in this, and it's looking like maybe the best Grid game ever. Whether it can beat Grid 1 sales, I'm not too sure, but in terms of what it's going to do for racing, I think it's going to be really good. There's just so much content in here which other games can learn from, and hopefully maybe a Grid Autosport 2 or whatever somewhere down the line can improve on. Maybe if that goes to the next gen, we'll see not just nice graphics, we'll see some really good physics as well. As I said, playing it with the controller, it does feel a little bit more slidey than with the wheel. Maybe it's just with the wheel you seem to have a bit more control, a bit more precise control. Obviously with the controller it's left, right, left, right. There isn't a huge amount of sort of degree of sort of accuracy with that. You're pretty much always just going left or right with the steering wheel. However, got to be said, it's not terrible. I mean, the accuracy is much better than, for example, it was in like F1 2011, I think it was, where literally if you steered left a tiny bit, you went full left, and I didn't find that very fun whatsoever. But here we are, we're putting the pressure on. Not that sort of pressure, crashing into the back of him, that was not really intended, but here we are, up into P4 now. We're actually getting towards the end of this video here. I realise it's been a long video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I mean, if you would be so kind to hit the subscribe button, that would be great for my channel. I'd really appreciate it. There's been a lot of time in recording this and editing it up, and obviously coming and recording this here as well. It's not been an easy process to record this game, not because of the game's fault, but just because of the way I've decided to go around recording it. But a nice fight here. We're going to have one lap to go. A little bit of contact, but I got myself up into P3 there on the podium. I think this will be my first podium, if I remember correctly. The other ones I didn't get a podium or anything. So whether I can catch these front guys, I don't know. They're quite far ahead, and obviously my car doesn't have the best of grip through the corners. This is quite a track dominated on sort of high mid-speed corners. A couple of low-speed ones at the end of the track, but overall, even though I think it's a fake track, maybe it's a real track with a fake name, I don't know, but overall it's been a lot of fun driving around this Autosport ring, Autosport track, whatever it's called, and I'm not sure how many I'm not sure how many tracks like this there are in the game, but I don't mind as long as they're good tracks. I don't mind if they're real or fake tracks. But here we are, we're going to go around the final corner on this first season, and we're going to bring home a podium, which isn't bad whatsoever, is it? Rookie season to bring home a podium is very, very good stuff. And there we are. Not the best of seasons. 5th in the championship, 4th in the team's championship, meeting some of the sponsors' objective, and there we are, end of season 1, getting some achievements. You can see down there, the bottom right hand side of your screen, beating both team targets. And we're getting an award there, 5th place in the championship, not too bad whatsoever. And that is pretty much it, guys. Next episode I will be going for the open wheel title. As you can see there, I think pretty much this sort of preview lets you go up to level 2. You don't get any further on in single seaters, for example. So we're going to be going for the title in the next episode. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. And we're going to be going for the Formula C, I was about to say Formula 3, going for the Formula C title with the Monster Energy Racing team. So hopefully you'll all be there to join me for the next episode of this career mode preview. But until next time, guys, be sure to leave your comments down below. It's going to be really cool to see what you think. But yeah, it's been Axe. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's been Axe out here. Goodbye.